And okay, we're recording. All right, guys. So welcome to our team coaching opportunity call. If you were invited and you're here, it's because somebody saw something special in you and thought that you would make an amazing addition to our team. We love our team. We show up every day for each other and for the people we're trying to help. And hopefully you're a little familiar with the mission of Beachbody. If you're not, we're going to do some talking about that tonight and talking about why each of us are part of Beachbody, why we chose to become a part of this company and do what we do as coaches, but also a little bit about the day-to-day, like what we actually do as coaches, who we are, because a lot of us have gotten, we're on social media, we're sharing our lives and our stories, but sometimes it's a little confusing to know what we really do. People are interested, but they don't really know what they would do as a coach. So we're going to try and answer some of those questions for you tonight, and I hope that you are excited about this opportunity and that you want to join us, because we have the most amazing community of people. I know when I decided to join Beachbody, it brought in these amazing people you're looking at into my life, the most positive people that I can show up on a Thursday night and just be excited to be here, show up at 5 a.m. in the morning and work with people, and I'm not a morning person, if you know that about me, but it makes it exciting to live, to share your life with people that are walking the same journey as you, that have the same goals and dreams and see the possibility in the world. And I think that's something our community offers, is possibility, positivity, change, and hope. Our team mission is, living to give health, happiness, hope, faith, and freedom. And that's truly what I believe this is about. So my name is Kristin Railton. I founded Team Live to Give, and that's what we're under the umbrella here tonight, but there are other teams here. Each of you would be your own business owner, you're an entrepreneur when you come on as a coach. You're not hired by me or anyone else on this call. You run your own business, which is pretty amazing. We have a super low fee to get in, basically $40 to start your own business, unless you decide to sign up with a program and one of our nutrition shakes, and then it's free to start your own amazing business that can take you places you never imagined going. So you don't hold any product back. You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff to hit your goals like some other network marketing businesses. And that's what we are, is a network marketing business. But I feel we're completely different because we offer lasting change. We bring change inside out to families, to women, to anybody who wants to take this journey on. It's not just buying a product, it's changing a life, and it's changing lives that continue to go after you. So quick, I tend to get long-winded, but what I was saying is, so my name is Kristin Railton. I'm a military wife. I live in Florida, and I've been a Beachbody coach for actively about 4 years now. I decided to get into Beachbody because, long story short, my husband got stationed somewhere else his last year of being in the military. He retired in 2015, and we now had 2 households. We needed extra income, and my degree is in art history. So I had the choice of either working a retail job. I did have a photography business, but the thing was I couldn't afford to put my kids in daycare, hire babysitters to spend time away to do those things. Even with photography, you spend a lot of time out photographing, and then you come back and you sit on your computer and edit. And that's just not something that was bringing in enough income to sustain our family. My underlying mission through photography and life in general, what I've always been drawn to is just helping women specifically feel empowered, to feel that they were worthy, to want to dream, to feel like they had something to live for, because I got in that place myself after having kids of feeling like I kind of lost myself. I was a military wife. I was alone a lot. I had small kids, as many of us often do when we become moms. We kind of lose who we were. And I knew that I had always wanted more for my life. I knew I just wasn't one of those people that just wanted to get a job and get a paycheck. I wanted to make an impact on this world. And I was truly drawn to wanting to encourage other women to just believe in themselves, because I had gotten into such a place of low self-esteem. And I did that through my photography. I noticed I was drawn to mothers, photographing them, making them get in the photos, feel beautiful. And that then led into this company, being able to help women find themselves again through health and fitness, because it's not only the outside that changes, but it's the inside. And I can say that I've grown more than I ever thought I could as a person, believing in myself, knowing my worth, and loving who I am. So that was a short, I hope that was kind of short, but quickly, I am actually I'll finish up talking a little bit about what the behaviors are that we do as a coach. And so if you're wondering, what do they do in a day? And we kind of base our day around something called the 4 vital behaviors. And Beachbody has set this up as the 4 things that we should do daily as coaches. And they're pretty easy to do, really. The first one is be a product of the product. We have products we believe in. We use them. They've changed our lives. So why not continue using them and share what they're doing for us? We're not splashing sales all over the internet. We're not saying, buy this. We're saying we have something that they have put so much time and effort into, have studied, have gone over and over to create the best. And it has changed our lives. So we want to give that to you. So, drinking Shakeology, if you drink Shakeology, using the performance line, doing the workouts, using the new nutrition program, which is just nutrition based, whatever it is, using the products and sharing that with other people. Because you have to be passionate about what you're giving to others, right? We can't offer something we don't believe in to other people. The second thing is personal development. So pretty amazing, a company that encourages you to every day read or listen to something that betters yourself. I don't know of many companies that do that. So I didn't do that before, but can you imagine, now I said that my mind and my whole life has changed. Such a huge part of that is by doing 10 minutes of personal development a day, whether that be listening in the car on my way somewhere to a podcast or reading a book. And that is so amazing when you change your mind, the power that comes with that, and then sharing that with others. Inviting to the opportunity. So how do we build a business, right? We invite people to join us. We don't get all weird and salesy, but what we do is we say, oh my gosh, I found this amazing opportunity. That's why you're here, right? We're inviting you to join us because the coaching opportunity has changed our lives, or we're inviting daily people to join our groups or join us in health and fitness, and we're helping them with their wellness, right? So we're just inviting. We're not saying, hey, my whatever's on sale, do you want it this month, right? It's different. It's inviting to an opportunity that could change someone's life, that we truly believe changes lives. And the fourth thing is recognizing. So gratitude, to me, gratitude is around this, recognizing people. People love to be recognized. I mean, think about yourself. If someone says, oh my gosh, you look amazing, or oh my gosh, you did that. That was so great. How did you do that? It makes you feel good. And so we're encouraged to recognize other people, whether that be the coaches on our team, whether that be the people in our groups who are making changes in their lives daily, whether that be just, your kids or your family. Pouring forward goodness and worth to other people is a huge part of what we do and what we stand for. And so you decide how you recognize people and who you recognize. And the last part I have, and I'm going to make it super short, we can go over this, when you join the team, is that training. So how do you learn how to be a coach? Well, there is no shortage of training and material available to you through Beachbody. Beachbody themselves as a company supports their coaches so amazingly. They have a complete back office full of everything you could ever imagine. Training on coaching, filling up the information to give your people that you're going to help with their wellness, so you don't have to worry about that. Everything is taken care of. Not only is that, but as a community, we help and serve one another. So a coach who is a top coach is willing to share methods with you. There are YouTube videos that they put out there. And within our own coach community right here, we have our own things to share with you and to train you and to make sure that you're successful. And we're always here for one another. So we can go over that more in depth at another time, but don't ever worry that you won't know what to do, because we will make sure that you're taken care of, and this company will make sure you're taken care of. So I would like to introduce, I'm just going to go around my screen. So I'm going to introduce Staci. She's going to speak next for a few minutes, and go ahead.
Cool. Hi. I'm, like Kristin said, I'm Staci. I've been a coach for about 3.5 years. And I'll talk about my journey in coaching a little bit later into my little spiel here. But the way that coaching has transitioned now is, at first, to be very honest, it was because we were military and it was a really amazing military discount on a shake that I fell in love with, which was life-changing for me because I hated shakes. But it has now become an opportunity. My husband is medically retired, which means, and his disabilities basically keep him from working a regular 9 to 5. And so I have become the breadwinner for our family. And so because I have been doing this and built a foundation, Beachbody has become that opportunity. And I fell into it because I like discounts and I like the shakes. But I've kept with it so long because of our mission and because I have a passion for my own health and fitness. This has turned me into one of those weird, like, feed my kids vegetables mom, which is weird. But really looking out for my family's health, and this fits so into it. And on top of that, the opportunity to make an income and provide for my family and really change the trajectory of the way that our family could have gone had, we not had this opportunity, given my husband's, kind of quick departure from the military because of his medical condition. So what I'm talking to you guys about today is the history of Beachbody, which is kind of a perfect topic for me because I am kind of a skeptical, what am I getting into? What is this thing that we're doing? And so I like to know where we started and where we came from and what Beachbody was about from the beginning. And so Beachbody started, I believe, about 20 years ago. Technically, they were called $1 Million Body. I think that's what they named it. And then shortly changed the name because that's silly. And changed it to Beachbody. And so programs that you might have heard about already, Insanity, P90X, those were some of their earlier programs. And they did exceptionally well. I heard about Insanity and P90X before I ever heard the Beachbody name. 10 years ago in the Army, all the Army guys were doing those. And so they were able to sell Insanity, P90X in their programs on infomercials, and just using their website. And so, but because of the mission and because what they actually set out to do was to fight this war on obesity and really spread health and promote health through individuals and their families, what they saw was people were buying the programs. They had no problem selling them, but people had a problem finishing them. And because they weren't out just to make a buck, they that was a problem for them. And so they developed the coaching opportunity, and they developed Team Beachbody underneath the Beachbody organization. And so the other thing that they did, if you didn't know, with every program comes a nutrition plan as well. And they also introduced Shakeology, which is this trailblazing nutrient supplement that has had and still has responsibly and, exceptionally sourced products in it to make this shake that is going to be the best thing that you put in your body. And so, because there's a lot of people out there like me who don't like shakes, and they hear drink this shake after your workout, well, I don't need a protein shake. They needed people on the ground to be able to promote that and really explain what is it that we're doing. But more importantly, what they wanted were the success stories. They realized that word of mouth and referral was how they were really getting sales. And so why couldn't we use that to really promote and push this healthy lifestyle throughout the country, and then now into Canada and the UK, and hopefully one day all over the world. And so they created the coaching opportunity. And so I think a couple of people are going to talk about specifically what that means now, but how that bleeds into my story was my first Beachbody program was Turbo Jam by Chalene Johnson. It was a long time ago, and I bought it off of an infomercial, and did most of it and just did the program. But I don't think I finished it. And I think I did, I've done it like several times, not once completing the whole program. Several years after that, I found T25 once again on an infomercial. And I did the whole program, but I didn't follow the nutrition. So the first week my body went, what is going on? And I lost like 5 pounds, which is what I normally lose when I've not done anything for my body and then decide to do something for my body. And then the rest of the time I lost nothing. In fact, I think I gained the weight back because I was probably eating all the carbs and building all the muscle. And then I just I'm a girl that bulks, and that's what happened. And so when I got signed up with Kristin, at that point I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had 2 kids, and I had just really let myself go. I was unhealthy, unhappy. I didn't fit in my clothes, and I knew this was not the person. I was a former athlete. I was a veteran. And so I knew what health looked like. I knew what fitness looked like, or I thought I did. And it was not what I was doing. And so I signed up with Kristin to do challenge group, which I believe was 21-day fix. And it was the first program I've ever done, first video program I've ever done from start to finish. I followed the meal plan, and I lost weight and I lost inches. But most of all, I realized I can do this. I am better than what I had been doing to my body before. And I am the athlete that I was, and I am the soldier that knew how to knew what to do, what the right thing to do was. And so at the end of that 21 days, she was like, hey, by the way, you're military, and you love Shakeology, because I would rave about it every day. And would you like this military discount? And I don't think I've ever told her, but probably the day before, I thought, this coaching thing, what she does is really cool. I wonder what I have to do to apply and earn a right to be a coach. And so she wrote me the next day and asked if I wanted a discount. And I was like, well, actually, I kind of want to do what you do. So, and so that's how I fell into that. And so my point of all that is that the coaches bring the program just to another level, where it's not just back then DVDs that sit and collect dust. It's not a bag of Shakeology that you drink one of and go, oh yeah, that's really good, and then just let it sit. It's not a meal plan that you're like, yeah, I got that, whatever, I'm just going to go and eat whatever. And oh, by the way, I'm starving because my metabolism is boosted, so I'm just going to eat whatever I want. You have a coach guiding you through each of the steps and every day, and probably has had every struggle that you have struggled with, and has all the tools that Kristin talked about that Beachbody provides us with training about the programs. And so we are able to really hold people accountable and help them not just finish a program because we want them to finish a program, but finish so that they know that they can, so that they remember who they were before, or maybe they realize they didn't even know they were. They didn't even know that they could do that. And it really is life-changing in that way. And so what coaches are doing, like we've said, is changing lives, helping people stay fit, helping because we help an individual get fit, we help the family and we change families, and that trickles down. We talk a lot about compound effects, and I'm in finance. I'm a financial planner. And so we talk a lot about compounding interest. When you invest in one person, then that pours down into their family. And let me tell you, that pours down into their kids, that pours out to their friends. I mean, it is just a ripple effect. The other thing that we're doing now, what coaches are doing, is we're changing the face of fitness, and we're changing social media, which I am loving. And for the first one, back in the day, fitness was Jane Fonda, famous people working out, and that's what it looked like. And you had to have these, athletic pro athlete bodies. That means you're an athlete. That means you're fit, and that means you're healthy. Now what we have done is shown that no matter your body type, no matter your lifestyle, no matter what kind of nutrition you like, no matter what kind of exercise you like, you are healthy because you are doing the things that you need to do. Exercise, eating right, hydration, feeding your body, feeding your mind. That is what we are putting out there. That is healthy, not this skinny size, whatever model type, right? We are changing that face by putting our face out there. And then we go out to social media. As you've probably seen all of our posts, that's what we're putting out there. And hopefully what you have seen is this health, this overall abounding health that we have, where it feeds from our physical health to our mental health and our emotional health. And so we're putting that positivity out there, that you don't have to be a certain size, a certain weight. You just have to do what your body needs you to do to stay healthy and be there for the people around you. And so the other thing that we get to do is we're kind of used as guinea pigs, which I kind of love. It's a new thing that Beachbody is doing. So you get to come in when we're doing this, is they use us as test subjects. And so when these super trainers create these programs, which they're now doing, they release something 4 times a year at this point. So they're creating something all the time, as they start picking coaches that once they've created it, they pick coaches that are really active in the business and that are just, changing lives all over the place. They want those people in to test out their products. And so we get first dibs at these trailblazing exercise programs. And so if you've heard of 80-Day Obsession, that is something that is unheard of. It was super, super hard. Beachbody didn't even know it was going to do as great as it did because it was so rigid. You had this amazing meal plan that was like timed nutrition. But it was how Autumn actually works out, and how she trains, and people wanted that. And then you move on to a nutrition program that has absolutely nothing to do with exercise and is changing your mindset. And so we got to test that out before other people did. And so those programs and those activities you don't see those anywhere else. We are the first ones putting those out there, and we're the ones that they try them out on, they test them out on. And let me tell you, by the time it gets to us, I mean, it's pretty much perfect, but we do get to see what's coming right off the line. And to me, I like that. I like being able to see what the newest, because it's exercise and nutrition is science. And so it's going to change. They're going to discover the new best way to do things. And that doesn't mean that old stuff was wrong. It just means the new stuff is better and is going to help you. And so we have that newest stuff, that newest information. And so I love that. I make notes. Sorry. Okay. So Beachbody designed the coaching program to really spread the word and to get Beachbody out there to help people find their healthiest journeys. But we have taken it to a level that they didn't even know that could exist. And so they wanted to make sure that we were fighting this war on obesity, and we are doing that and changing lives. But what we also are doing is is changing lives financially, building careers out of being on social media and putting positivity out there and helping people get the healthier lives, the healthiest lives that they could. And so our CEO back in June when we went to our conference said that our mission is still the same. Our mission is still helping people living healthy lives, but he also wants to make this the best part-time job, and I put ever. I don't remember the actual words, but the best part-time job ever. And so think about, you are changing lives. You are making yourself healthier by the vital behaviors that Kristin just talked about. You're helping your family, you're helping the people around you, and you're earning an income at a part-time job level. And let me tell you, the people that are out there doing this on a part-time job, building their dream homes, going on dream vacations, sending their kids to college, things that they couldn't have even imagined if not for this opportunity. And so what we get to do as coaches now, besides help people change lives, is it changes our lives as well. So that's it.
Am I unmuted now? Thanks, Staci. That was awesome. I got a little teary when she described all the people we change. Like when you think about that, the ripple effect that you make just by reaching out and loving someone and helping them to overcome, and how that continues on is just so powerful. Anyway, next, Stephanie, would you like to chat with us a little bit? Love to hear what you have to say.
Hey guys. All right, so first of all, I just want to thank you guys for coming on this call, being open-minded to this amazing opportunity, and just giving us your time. So I'm Stephanie, and I'm a mom of two. I'm a full-time teacher. I currently do this part-time, but I will eventually be doing this full-time because I just love this company and what we stand for and what we do. So I'm going to be talking about adding value to social media, what that means, and how we do that. So, kind of piggybacking off what Staci said, as a Beachbody coach, we expand our network through social media, and we're trying to make connections with people by sharing our stories and our testimonies. And some of you might even be sitting there thinking, well, I don't have a story to share, or I don't have a testimony, or why would people care about what's happening in my life or what I have to say? Those are definitely concerns that I had when I signed out as a Beachbody coach, but I've learned, and we need to understand, that you do have a story. And everyone's story is valuable and has value. And without a doubt, in this business and being a coach, you will inspire and you will touch someone's life, without a doubt, hopefully many lives. But what's awesome is that your story is unique. Your story separates you from everyone else, yet it's relatable and it needs to be heard. And, that's something that we struggle with at first when we first sign up with coaches. I remember saying to my husband, like, oh my gosh, I'm not comfortable putting myself out there. And, especially, I never used to put my kids on social media. That was something I was very weirded out about. But as I started sharing my journey and my story, I was getting direct messages of people like, I feel like you're talking to me, or I was just having this conversation with someone the other day, or your energy is contagious and you're so inspirational and keep it up. So that just kind of reaffirms that, like I said, you have a story, and my story is not the same as your story or Kristin's story or this person's story, but it needs to be heard and it needs to be shared. So oh my gosh, I'm going on almost a year of being a coach, and I started right after I had my son. My push present was from my husband was my Beachbody membership, because it's something like I had been asking him about, and I think he was a little hesitant to buy it for me because I've never really stuck with something before. I've always struggled with that. Like, I'd do something and I'd be really excited, and then I would just kind of like fizzle away. So I got to a point that after I gave birth, I knew I was done having kids, and I just like really didn't like what I saw when I looked in the mirror. So I signed up. I did the 21-day fix. I finished the 21-day fix. I felt amazing. I thought I looked amazing, and I kind of wanted to pay that forward. And I initially kind of signed on with the intention of being a discount coach, because I am not comfortable like going out of my little bubble. But I felt so accomplished from finishing the 21-day fix that I was like, I can do this, and I want to pay it forward, and I want women to feel the way I felt after, like you can get your body back after giving birth, and you can feel amazing, and you don't have to get lost in your role as a mom, because I made that mistake with my first child. So I decided to work the business to pay that forward and to help others. Okay, so with that said, I talked about how putting yourself out there is scary, and fear holds you back, and it's very powerful, and it keeps you from reaching your full potential, and you tend to miss out on a lot of things and opportunities that come your way. So examples of fear that hold us back from maybe adding value to our social media is going outside of your comfort zone and not being comfortable putting it all out there, feeling like you have nothing of value. I feel like I'm such a boring person and no one really cares what I have to say. And one of the biggest ones you'll hear, especially from new coaches, is that fear of judgment, especially from your close friends and families. So how do we deal with that as coaches? People are going to judge you no matter what. It's human nature. They judge you every day. What you wear, what you look like, what you say, what you do. So it is what it is. And you're going to be bringing value to your social media by being you. And that's what people are buying. People aren't buying Beachbody, they're buying you because they believe in you. And they see that you are a product of the product, and they see how amazing this business has changed your life, whether it's financial freedom. They see, this change in you, that you're someone who all of a sudden is comfortable in your own skin, or you've lost a dramatic amount of weight, or sometimes your personality and the vibe you put out there is contagious. And that's exactly what we do as coaches. We share our journey on social media. And how exactly do we do that? I just kind of jotted down like ways that I add value to my social media. And I try to be authentic and consistent. I try to be who I am, not what I do as a coach. Try not to be who others want you to be who you are. And, the most important thing is showing up every day for your followers, because they're always watching. And showing up every day and doing that kind of compound effect will make the biggest difference in your business. The biggest thing is the Insta stories and showing what's behind the scenes. That adds so much value. You keep it real, you keep it raw. You let the world see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have no problem getting on my stories and being like, hey, I didn't shower today because it was a crazy day with the kids. And, I'm known for being the girl that works out with laundry all over the place, that's clean but not folded, and sitting on my couch. Because people don't want to see someone who's perfect all the time. People want to see someone that they can relate to. And when I posted that one specific story with the mounds and mounds and mounds of laundry on my couch that was clean and not folded, I think that's one of the stories that got the most traction and the most feedback. And you'd never think that. You would never, ever think, just being real like that, someone's like, hey, my laundry's been sitting there since Thursday. And so you're building that connection, and you're making yourself relatable, and you're building that trust with people. Another way to add value is be inspirational. Maybe share a book you're reading on your Insta stories, make suggestions, ask questions. Kristin talked about the vital behaviors, and one of them is to recognize people and their accomplishments, whether that's your other coaches, whether that's your customers. Sometimes I just like to recognize my friends for being cool. and just be honest, real, and raw. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay. And part of adding value, the one way that you can add value the best is to just share how amazing this business is and how it's changed your life. But don't tell people, you want to show people. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I've always been someone who was very afraid of change. I was very afraid to try new things, and I was very comfortable being comfortable. And this past year as a coach has been the first time in my life that I have done a million things that have made me so uncomfortable and have taken me out of my comfort zone and really pushed limits that I never knew I could achieve or do. And it's all because I've shared my journey the entire time on social media. I'm adding value and hopefully showing others that, hey, there's more to life than being safe. Or, there's more people out there like me and I can do this. And the best thing about this journey for me is that I've had so much engagement from people, not because of my business per se, but because they see my house is always a mess. My kids are crying or climbing on me when I'm trying to work out. And apparently, who knew people could relate to that? Where I just thought that was me and something that I struggled with. So I've honestly had more people reach out and connect to me over stuff like that than actual Beachbody. But through those honest moments, is where the connections form, the trust is established, and you're showing people like, if Stephanie can do it, I can do it. If she's got it, I got it. And so as coaches, when we think about adding value, it doesn't have to be necessarily fitness or nutrition related. We choose to reach others by sharing our truth. Am I always comfortable putting myself out there? Heck no. But I'm learning that change and growth only happen when you're comfortable getting uncomfortable. And, you are awesome. You have so much to bring to the table. Don't let fear hinder you from being the best that you can be. So share your journey. People are watching and people need to be inspired and they need you. So that's it for me.
Am I unmuted? Yeah. That was awesome, Stephanie. Thank you. Okay, we're just going to keep going down the line because we know people so Monica, go ahead and go, girl.
Thank you. Wow, I'm not in the best position to follow that up. That was amazing. So thank you for sharing. I am Monica. I have been a coach for 3 years, or almost 3 years. When I signed up, I was here for fitness and nutrition. Well, what I was really after was fitness, and nutrition kind of came with it, which I was not really thinking I needed initially, but it was totally what we needed. We just kind of, my husband and I love food, and so we've always just eaten a lot of it. And we would work out, but mostly, like, I was very inconsistent with it. We started running races, but we weren't really runners. We just wanted to run races. It was more for like the event. So we would like chase our races or sign up for races to have something on calendar, something to look forward to. And we would plan them in fun places so we could go out the night before and eat and drink. And then we would wake up and run a race because we were like 27, and we could do that. And so anyway, years later, I needed something a little more consistent, a little more structured, and way more successful, or something that showed me a little more results, because I did not feel good any longer, and my body was not operating like it was years ago. So it wasn't too long after, I really enjoyed being in the challenge group. I really enjoyed the accountability part of the groups, and really enjoyed the concept of the team, like being a part of the team page, hearing that there were team calls. And I was very curious about the business end of it. And once I realized that I could do this as a business around our kids, around my family. Even with my husband gone all the time, I didn't want to have a job out of the house. And although we didn't, depend on me to contribute financially, it was really kind of nice to bring in some money. So it wasn't like, I never had to ask him, but I mean, it was essentially, if I want to go spend $400 in one day on whatever I wanted, that didn't make me feel good. I felt guilty. And this opens up those opportunities. So I like that. And it's just really like given us a bigger vision overall of what is attainable for us. So that's a little bit about me. But I was asked to speak on Beachbody's mission. So Beachbody's mission is to help people achieve their goals and live healthy and fulfilling lives. And when I think about that, like maybe just for you guys, even write them down if you'd like just consider 3 goals or write down 3 goals that you have and just consider, would you be fulfilled in life if you did not reach those goals in the next 5, 10, 20 years or ever? And would you be able to achieve those goals if you were not a healthy person? So for me, I want to travel and I, want to be financially free. We don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to be strapped to a job until we're 65. That just doesn't sound like a good time. I want to be able to design my own day. I've always wanted to kind of do my own thing. So being my own boss is very, very suitable for me. But, when I think about like travel in particular, like would we be able to do that if we were not healthy? Yes, but what would that actually look like? It would be like us parking ourselves in one place and literally just consuming things while we're not really living or getting out on, any kind of adventures, any kind of exploring. We wouldn't be walking around. Like I'm, thinking of like pyramids and steps and different little towns and things. I don't want to go to a different country and ride around on a rascal, like you want to live your life and consider like what that really looks like. And to have a company who has a mission that big is pretty amazing, but they have also given us the tools to do that, to live that, and to help people live better, which is pretty awesome. So as coaches, we help people achieve fitness and or financial success with our proven workout programs, nutrition plans, the business model, and the support and accountability that I talked about before with our groups. So the other way that we do that as coaches to help people live our mission statement is, when we provide or when we put ourselves among people who are striving to live better, who want to be healthy, who want to be financially free, who work on their personal development every single day, like you can't fail. When you are among those kind of people who are living awesome lives and want to live even better, like you are set up for success. So to stumble upon this opportunity was like a gold mine, and you guys are literally being handed a gift. So do not waste it. So that's it.
That was awesome. Okay. And I think our last speaker tonight is Kris.
So I'm Kris. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Kris Ocker, and I've been a coach. I was actually trying to find when I signed up as a coach, but I couldn't find the date. I think it's been like 4 years, maybe 4.5 years. I signed up as a discount coach. and I haven't really worked the business. And now I am really trying to dive in and add value to social media, put my story out there, and kick my own butt back into shape. So I get to talk to you guys about how we help people reach their health and fitness goals. And the first thing that we do is we really listen to the needs and the struggles of our potential clients, and figure out a way to connect them with the best, with a system that's going to work for their life. Beachbody is always putting out new programs. Like right now, Lift 4 is, I love working out 4 days a week, but for me personally, I think that I actually need more. And I love the 2B mindset. I love that I don't have to look at those stupid little containers anymore. The containers, they were great. I love the structure, but I am really loving the less structure, more guideline kind of thing. And when someone tells me, oh, I don't want to have to be like constrained to whatever, I'm like, okay, you got to do 2B mindset. You got to listen to what Alana says, because I love Alana. I can relate to Alana a little bit. About my story is I was actually looking at some dates, and I don't know when I bought my challenge pack. I couldn't find that date, but I didn't do anything with my challenge pack for probably a year. Well, I drank the shakes because they're yummy. It's chocolate. I mean, it's chocolate, you guys. So, and then they came out with cafe latte, and that just changed my whole world because that's my favorite right now. But I actually truly started my journey on the 1st of May, 2015. And was in a place where I couldn't even really do the workout programs, but I had 21 Day Fix. I had the containers. So I started following the nutrition plan, and I started walking. And then, a friend of mine's like, maybe you need some more structure. Why don't you go to the track with me? So I started going to the track with her at 5 something in the morning, you guys. I am not a morning person. I hate mornings. But it's the only way to get it done. You get up, you get it done before your brain starts coming up with excuses. At least that's what works for me best. So by the end of that summer, I was running bleachers, and that was glorious. And then school started, and 21 Day Fix was waiting for me. And I did 21 Day Fix. I did T25 Alpha and Beta. March 2016, 22-minute hardcore came out. And you know what? That's the one that got me under 200 pounds. Tony Horton will probably always be my favorite trainer. Done hammer and chisel, and then I fell off the wagon. This is hard, you guys. I had lost about 115 pounds. And life kind of smacked me in the face. And I let things go. I let the junk come in. I let alcohol come in. I did stupid things. And I stopped working out. I stopped caring. I didn't do the things. All the year, you go to therapy and whatever you need to do. And this is my therapy. And I stopped showing up. I stopped showing up for myself. But you know what? What we do is what Kristin did for me. She never gave up. on me. um, I've known Kristin a long time. We were Army wives together in Fort Bragg, and she never gave up on me. Um, she even took beautiful pictures of me a long time ago. And Kristin has to stop crying because hers is the only face I can see, and now I can't stop crying. um, anyways, uh, okay, so that's like, personal support and guidance on their journey. Like I said, Kristin never gave up on me, and fellow challengers that we've followed each other. We've been in challenge groups. We're like challenge group junkies. We've been in it together for so long that we have encouraged each other along the way. And without the challenge group, I don't think that I'd be back right now, really fighting for my health again, and even trying to encourage others along the way, because people are watching. They're watching whether you're telling them or not. You see what you do. It's like our kids. They're not going to always do what we say, but they will do what we do. And the positive community that we can bring our friends into, and our family, and complete total strangers. We are all on the same journey. We're all going in the same direction for health and wellness, and like Monica said, travel and feeling good. I want to travel. That sounds amazing. I'm inspired. I want to go places. But I want to feel good when I get there. I want to be able to walk all over the place and not be winded and stuff like that. We all come from different backgrounds, different situations. Um, Life happens to all of us, though, and I love Beachbody's mission, and I have to start with myself. I have to end the trend of obesity in my own life and help others along the way. So that's all I got.
Okay, this was an emotional night. We didn't plan that. Thanks, Kris. And yeah, that's it. I mean, you guys see this. This is community. It's real. It's friends. It's family. It's changing lives. It's the most beautiful group I've been a part of. And most of these girls I didn't know before. Some I did. And now, we travel together, we cry together, we laugh together, and we love each other, and we pay that forward. And I hope that you have been touched and moved by something here tonight, because I will tell you, like Monica said, this is a gift you're being offered. We truly believe it's a gift we've been given, and we want to pay it forward. So if this is something that sounds like you would love to do it, or even ask more questions about, I want to encourage you to reach out to the person that invited you tonight. And if you're watching this in the recording, of course, reach out to that person. If you need to get on the phone with that person and talk it through, whatever you need to do, we want to answer all your questions and hopefully bring you into this, which is something that is worth more than anything I could ever explain. I know it's changed all of our lives, and that's why we're here. So thank you guys for coming on. Thank the team for speaking and being amazing. And I'm going to end it here, and we'll have the recording up in the group later. So love you all. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.